Shabbos 17:8 and 18:1. Mishnah.
Shalom to all. Today we're going to learn Mishnah Shabbat, Perek Yud Zayin, Mishnah Ches, and Perek Yud Ches, Mishnah Aleph. And today's Mishnahs are being learned b'schos of Shloim Zalman Uvzugas Amar Yetav V'Chayas Chalatzayim. They should be gebenched for that Sachas Lachan Siyat Dishmaya, good health, Parnas B'Shafa, and Cult of Sela, and b'schos Esabas Rachel Shishi V'Zaycha to find Rizivik Hagon Bekarav Mamesh. And Mishnah Ches tells us, Kol Kisuya HaKelim Sheyesh Lahem Beis Achiza Nitalan B'Shabbos. Any covering for a kli that has a handle, meaning the cover has a handle, so that's allowed to be carried on Shabbos. It's allowed to be moved. Now, Rabbi tells us, B'medvar Amurim, what's this talking about? B'kisuya hakarkais, with a cover for a kli which is attached to the ground. Aval b'kisuya hakelim, when we're talking about just a regular cover for any kli, benkach ubenkach nitalam b'Shabbos. Either which way, whether it has a handle or doesn't have a handle, it's allowed to be moved on Shabbos. And the reason for this is as follows. We've already said previously that any time we have a kli, so its cover or its door is allowed to be moved with it. This is specifically regarding something attached to the ground. And the Gemara explains that if we have a kli which is built into the ground, for example, we have a pit or we have a cistern or something like that, which is actually part of the ground, so its cover is not allowed to be moved on Shabbos unless it has a handle. That everyone agrees to. That's because when we're dealing with the ground, with karka, so if we place a cover onto something in the ground, so it looks like binyan, it looks like we're building. And the only way it doesn't look like binyan is if it has a handle. Over here, what Rabbi is specifically talking about is a regular kli, say a bucket or a large box or something like that, which was then attached to the ground. So in some ways it's considered like just a regular kli, but in some ways it's considered like something which is in the ground, like a bar or a pit or a cistern or something like that. So Rabbi holds that since it's connected to the ground, it has a din of karka, and the only way we would be allowed to move its cover is if it has a handle. Moving on to Perek Yud Ches, Mishnah Aleph, now we're going to be talking about something called tircha. We know that even if something is not muktzah and it's allowed to be moved on Shabbos, a person has to make sure not to matriach themselves, not to get involved in something which is excessive exertion, because that's not covered Shabbos, and a person is not allowed to be tyrech too much on Shabbos. So Mishnah Aleph tells us, Mefanin afilu arba v'chamish kupas shel teven shel tvua, we are allowed to move away or clear out even 4 or 5 boxes of straw or grain, and obviously we're moving this on Shabbos. And why would we be allowed to do that? It seems to be that it's excessive, it's tircha, it's too much. He's schlepping here, schlepping there. But the reason why it's allowed to be done is because of guests, and because we don't want to be mevatel Torah. Let's say there's not enough place for all the guests, or let's say there's not enough place for all the talmidim to come and learn, to listen to the shir. So we are allowed to clear out the storage area that has these boxes of straw or grain, and that's a type of tircha, which is okay because it's a tircha for a mitzvah. Mishnah just clarifies, avolay ha'itzer, but one is not allowed to clear out the entire storage area. We're afraid that if he clears out the entire thing and he exposes the floor of the storage area, he's going to see uneven floor, and he's going to come to be mash v'gumais. He's going to end up smoothing out the floor, and that's an isser of binyan on Shabbos. But as long as he doesn't clear out the entire storage area, he's allowed to clear out 4 or 5 boxes. 4 or 5, by the way, is not specific. He's allowed to clear out just about as many boxes as he needs for his guests, or for the talmidim to come and learn. Now the Mishnah is going to clarify that even though this tircha for mitzvah is permitted, it's only permitted to move things which are not muktzah. For example, mefanin truma tahira, he can clear away tahar truma, because that's fit for a kain, udamai, and something which is a suffix, whether or not it had meiser taken off of it, that's because it's fit for poor people. Meiser rishon shenitel trumasai, he's allowed to clear away meiser rishon, that the trumas meiser was taken off, even though the truma gedolah wasn't taken off yet. Meiser sheni v'hektish sheniftu, he's allowed to clear away meiser sheni and hektish that was redeemed, even though the chaimesh, the added on fifth, wasn't taken off yet. Turmas hayavesh, he's even allowed to clear away dry turmas beans, even though they're not really edible, but it's mibnei shumai chalaniyim. It is food for poor people, so he's allowed to clear it away. He's not allowed to clear away tevel, but not meiser rishon that the trumas meiser wasn't taken off yet. And he's not allowed to clear away meiser sheni or hektish that wasn't properly redeemed. He's not allowed to clear away luf type of onions. And not mustard seed. All these aren't allowed to be cleared away is because they can't be eaten by anyone. Rav Shimon ben Gamliel allows him to clear away luf, that's because ravens will eat luf, and wealthy people raise ravens, and therefore it's allowed to be cleared away. However, we don't pass like Rav Shimon ben Gamliel. We're going to stop here for the day, pick up tomorrow with Mishnah Beis and Gimel. For now, everyone should have a wonderful day.